بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين لا سيما بقية الله في الأراضين أجل الله تعالى فرجه الشريف اللهم أخرجني من ظلمات الوهم وأكرمني بنور الفهم اللهم افتح علينا أبواب رحمتك وانشر علينا خزائن علومك برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. As you remember, we said that the discussion about Bara'ah should be divided into two parts. One is when there is a doubt about Hurmah, Ash-Shubhatu Tahrimiyya. And this by itself had Ash-Shubhatu Hukmiyya and Ash-Shubhatu Mawdu'iyya. And Shubhatu Hukmiyya is sometimes لفقدان النص, لإجمال النص, or لتعارض النصين. Sometimes there is no text, sometimes there is text, it's ambiguous, sometimes there is conflict between the texts. Okay? Now we move on to Ash-Shubhatul Wujubiyya. So here the doubt is whether an obligation is there which is not proved for us, or there is no obligation. So there is a possibility, there is a chance that there might be obligation, there might be wujub. Okay? Ash-Shubhatul Wujubiyya. The same divisions, types come here. Ash-Shubhatul Wujubiyyatul Hukmiyya, either لفقدان النص or لإجمال النص or لتعارض النصين, or Ash-Shubhatul Wujubiyyatul Mawdu'iyya. The same four types apply here. إذا شك, page 215. إذا شك في وجوب شيء وعدمه ففيها أيضا مسائل أربع. When there is a doubt whether something is obligatory or not, again there are four problems, four types of issues to discuss. First, Ash-Shubhatul Hukmiyatul Wujubiyyah لأجل فقدان النص. There is no text, means there is no reliable, authentic, clear text. For example, if someone says that maybe when we see the moon at the beginning of the crescent, at the beginning of the month of Ramadan, we have to pray dua. And there might be some text which are not, strong, or maybe some sayings, in some books. But when faqih inquires, doesn't find any clear, reliable text. Fiqdanun nas. But faqih cannot say, by God, I can swear by God that there is no wujub. Okay? So there is Ash-Shubhatul Wujubiyya, but there is no text. Kad-du'a in the ru'yatil hilal. Is it obligatory to pray, to supplicate when you see the moon? Means the crescent. Or is it obligatory to go for sighting the moon? Istihlal fi shahr Ramadan. Is it obligatory or not? Suppose there is a chance that someone may think it might be wajib. Nowadays we say it's not wajib, but suppose there was a doubt, is it wajib or not? So this is Ash-Shubhatul Wujubiyyatul Hukmiyya لأجل فقدان النص. As we will say later, there is no disagreement among scholars, even akhbariyun. They don't disagree that there is no need to do it. They apply bara'ah. So no one can say, you must do this because there is a chance. Yeah? Doubt is not enough. So, this is the first type. Second, الشبهة الحكمية الوجوبية لأجل إجمال النص. There is a text, but that text is mujmal. You remember we had mujmal and mubayyan. Mujmal means unclear. Yeah? Mubayyan is clear. And we said mubayyan also is divided into two. Who remembers? Mubayyan, we said, has two types. النص والظاهر. الظاهر. Both nas and zahir are mubayyan. Mujmal means neither nas nor zahir. Okay. So, الشبهة الحكمية الوجوبية لأجل إجمال النص. Like what? For example, we have a text which says اغتسل يوم الجمعة. Okay? And you don't know this is wujub or istihbab. Suppose your idea about siqatul amr is that siqatul amr is not zahir fil wujub. Yeah? Those who say it is zahirun fil wujub, if it is ightasal al-jum'ah, they say, okay, you must do it. But if you don't know whether it is wajib or mustahab, there is no zuhur. So whenever you have such cases and you don't have any external additional evidence, you are unsure. Is it wajib or is it mustahab? And again here, ulama say, if there is a doubt between wujub and istihbab, you can exercise, you can apply bara'ah. Yeah? كاشتراك اللفظ العام بين الوجوب والاستحباب. I hope you remember we said shubhatul hukmiyah is applicable to whom? Mujtahid. Yeah? Muqallid doesn't have anything to do with shubhiyah hukmiyah. Muqallid can have shubhiyah mawzu'iyah, but hukmiyah is only for mujtahid. الشبهة الحكمية الوجوبية لأجل تعارض النصين. Sometimes we have two texts which conflict. I hope you remember we said last time there is a difference between ta'aruz and tazahum. You remember the difference? Yeah, we said ta'aruz is for two texts. Pardon? That's tazahum. Yes. Yeah. So ta'aruz between two texts. For example, suppose we have two khabar, two hadith, two narrations which conflict. One hadith says something is necessary, obligatory. Another hadith says it's permissible. And there is no murajjih. As you remember in the previous book, and also inshallah, if Allah helps us, in the end of this book, we have discussion about at-ta'adul wa at-tarajih. We had it before and we'll have again. And that is how to sort out the conflict between two hadiths. Sometimes we say we can give additional weight to one side because there is murajjih. There is a preference. Yeah? But suppose you have two conflicting hadiths, there is no murajjih, they are equal in weight. Yeah? One says something is wajib, another says the same thing is not wajib. It's permissible. Here again, we apply bara'ah. أحدهما يأمر والآخر يبيح. One hadith, one khabar says you must do it, commands. The other one says you have permission to do it. It's not necessary. You can do it. So we know that it is not haram, but Is it wajib also, or it's just mubah? Lam yakun ahadum, and there is no murajjah, there is no preference for any of them. Again, here ulama say you do bara'ah. The fourth is ash-shubhatul mawdu'iyyah. Ash-shubhatul mawdu'iyyah. The doubt is about mistad, about a case, about an instance. We don't have doubt about hukm. Hukm is clear. We have doubt about this particular instance. Why we have doubt? Is it because we don't have text or the text is not clear? No, it's not about text and this type of things. It's about umur al-kharijiyya, because of external things. Okay? For example, you know that you have at least one Salatul Fajr which has become qadha. You missed one Fajr, but maybe you missed two Fajr. You have now doubt. Was it one or was it two? First of all, is this shubha hukmiyya or mawdu'iyya? It's mawdu'iyya, because you don't have doubt about fatwa or hukm. You have doubt about case. And when it comes to the first, you know that definitely one is qadha, so you have to do it. But for the second one, the additional one, are you sure? No. Okay, so it's shubhiyya wujubiyya. Is there a second wajib on you or no? You can do bara'ah. Of course, this is based on something that we study in awamir. In the section about commands, we said there is a discussion whether al-amru bil-ada, amrun bil-qada, or al-amru bil-ada is separate from al-amru bil-qada. If the same command which requires to do ada is enough to do qada, then you have to do ihtiyat. Whenever you don't know whether you have two qadha or three qadha, you have to do three. If it's the same command, because it becomes ishtighalul yaqini yaqtadil faraq al-yaqini. Okay, suppose you have 10 Salatul Fajr. You don't know how many of them you have missed. It means that you don't know how many you have done. You had to do 10. Now you have to repeat qadha so that you are sure that you have done 10. But if we say al-amru bil-qadha is different from al-amru bil-ada, is a second additional amr, then you don't know whether two commands for qadha have applied to you or one. You do the minimum. Okay? These are very important discussions, you should remember all these things. With mubahasa, discussion, teaching, reviewing, you have to always remember these things. And alhamdulillah, you can. It's not that you cannot. Just you have to do mubahasa. Study, review. These things must be always in your mind. Okay. So, إذا ترددت الفائتة بين صلاة واحدة وصلاتين. Salatul Fajr, which has been missed. Suppose Salatul Fajr. Fa'ita means missed. The missed Salat. For example, Salatul Fajr is taraddadat, is not known whether it was one Salatul Fajr or two Salatul Fajr.
Taraddad means not known.
Yeah, taraddada means it's either this or that. Means you are not sure. It's not.
But taraddad means to return, isn't it?
Yeah, it means your mind is going between these two, cannot settle. You think it's one, but then maybe two. Then you say two, but it's maybe one. Your mind is not able to settle. This is taraddud. Okay? وَالْحُكْمُ فِي الْجَمِيعِ الْبَرَاءَةِ. In all the cases for shubhatul wujubiyah, the ruling that we have to do and observe is براءة, exemption. وعدم وجوب الاحتياط. You don't need to do احتياط. إجماعا. There is consensus. Yes.
If there is a fatwa that you can do bara, and of course this is all for mujtahid, but as a muqallid, can we still do ihtiyat on a personal level and do the second one just in case?
Yes. Especially this, the last one is for muqallid. Ijma'an, there is ijma', there is consensus. Plus مضافا إلى بعض الأدلة التي مرت في المقام الأول أي الشبهة التحريمية. Some of the arguments that we mentioned about شبهة تحريمية apply here. Some of them, because some of them maybe only for tahrim, not wujub, or maybe just for mistaq, not hukm. But some of those arguments can apply here also. So here the discussion is much easier, and as I said, even akhbariyun have no objection about bara'ah here. Their main objection is in ash-shubahat al-tahrimiyah al-hukmiyah. That's their main objection. Yes.
Sheikh, why this difference between tahrimiyah and wujubiyah for the akhbariyun? The arguments they were bringing in the first time, would they not the same apply for the second time for that?
Because especially the hadith, that halalun bayyin, haramun bayyin, shubahat, halakat, all these things mostly match with doing haram. Not to do haram seems to be more important than not doing wajib. If you miss. For akhbariyun, they say it's very important not to do haram. But if wujub is not proved, okay, if you don't do it, it's not a problem. But for haram, you must do ihtiyat. And even if there is a chance that something is haram, you have to do ihtiyat. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. As you remember, we said we have 4 practical principles. Al-Usul al-Amaliyah are 4. One was bara'ah. Another one is takhir. Takhir means choice. You are given choice. When do you do takhir? When there is no possibility of ihtiyat. And that is when the 2 sides of doubt are both obligatory. One is wujub, one is hurma. So they both have ilzam. Suppose there is a case that it's either wajib or haram. What can you do? Can you do ihtiyat? If it's either wajib or haram. If you say, I suppose it is wajib and I do it, so maybe it's haram. If you say, I suppose it is haram and I don't do it, so maybe it's wajib. Between wujub and hurma, there is no way to do ihtiyat. Yes?
Is it like Jummah and when the Imam is present, pray Jummah or not pray Jummah?
No.
Is that the case?
No.
Something
When Imam is present, Jummah is wajib, definitely.
Yeah, when he's not present?
When it's not present, might be, according to some people, for example, haram to do Jummah. Maybe. And according to some, wajib. According to some, not wajib, not haram, have takhir. It can be a case like that.
Is that maybe also?
But we have another example here, yes.
Maybe when you enter somewhere where you shouldn't, and now actually you are between haram, which is staying, and wajib leaving. Now there's maybe some case there, but I don't remember the case to be honest.
When someone is drowning in their own swimming pool,
Okay.
you have to break into their house.
No, here you know that there is haram. You know there is haram, you don't know whether there is wujub or not, for example.
Another example for fasting kafara. You have the choice whether to fast 60 or to
No, that's another takhir.
Isn't that takhir?
No, that's different. That is wajib takhiri. Here, This is asalatul takhir, and that is when you know there is a taklif, but you cannot do ihtiyat. Okay? You remember we said how we have proved that there can be no more than 4 practical principles. Why there is only istishab, takhir, bara'a, ihtiyat? We said either the previous condition is not known or it is known. If it is known, istishab. If it is not known, either we don't know taklif or we know there was taklif. If we don't know, bara'a. If we know that there was taklif, either we can do ihtiyat or not. If we can do ihtiyat, we must do ihtiyat because you know that there was taklif. But if you cannot do ihtiyat, then you do takhir. You should remember that, inshallah. Okay, so أصالة التخير إذا دار الأمر بين وجوب شيء وحرمته. When our case, our problem is one of the two, wujub or hurma. Either it's wajib or it's haram. It's obligatory or prohibited. Again, the 4 types apply here. It can be hukmi, it can be mawdu'i, it can be for فقدان الناس, إجمال الناس, تعارض الناسين إذا تكون حكمية. المسألة الأولى دوران الأمر بين المحظورين لفقدان النص. It's going between 2 options. But the reason for this uncertainty is what? Lack of text. There's no authentic, reliable, clear text. For example, you know kafir harbi. In fiqh we have a terminology, al-kafir al-harbi. It's a person who is like, for example, atheist, but is fighting and killing and is in war. It's kafir harbi. Okay? So, suppose there is a body, a dead body of kafir harbi. And suppose there is a doubt that whether we need to bury this dead body or not. Suppose. If we have to bury, it's wajib. If we don't have to bury, it means we have not to bury, it's haram to bury. Suppose. It's just an example,